Hello, everyone. This is Rich and Kimberly coming back at you again with the sequel this time of I Hate My Job. How you doing today, Kimberly?
Doing great. I love my job.
That's good. You're one of the few that do, so that is good. Like I said, this is going to be the sequel to just the tidbits that we gave you in the first one. And I want to just get into this a little bit deeper because when you look at the research around people that hate their jobs, I just looked it up before we came on the air here. There are two studies, or there's multiple studies, but they range between 50 and 75% of all people. I just said all, A-L-L,
Wow,
all
that's a
people.
lot.
Yes, a
That's a
tremendous
lot.
amount. 50 to 75%
So
of
you're not
all
alone.
people leave their jobs because of their manager. Now let that sink in for a second. Because of their manager, not for pay, not for more opportunity, because they're having issues with their manager. And, myself, I've worked in the corporate world for a long time and have seen some good managers, seen some bad managers, seen some terrible managers. And, some of the philosophies at which these corporations operate at, can be somewhat baffling. In my time, I've seen lots of people get promoted, not because they had good leadership qualities. They got promoted because they were a single contributor and were able to do the job very well. So then naturally they got promoted into management and had no life experience, didn't have any of the tools to manage a team, and then productivity goes down. Before you know it, you got HR issues going on. And that whole model in terms of how it works has just always been baffling to me, because to take someone who's done no work on themselves, unprepared, and give them a team of lives to lead, that's ludicrous. There's going to be all kinds of issues with that. Now, everybody needs to start from somewhere. So I'm not saying, don't hire these people, but the percentage is just asinine. There are so few people that have the experience, the life behind them to manage people, and yet most of the ones that are hired are at the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay, have some of them, but have at least a good mixture. Don't have it 90-10 with all the new folks with no experience and leading people. That people have lives, and you need to know how to interact with people that have life going on. Instead of getting up there and have no idea, and most companies don't have any type of training program to help them with that. And how do you gain life experience with a training program? They can give you some do's and
They
don'ts and
don't.
this and
They
that,
can't.
but
Yeah.
it's not going to work. It's just not going to work.
Yeah.
So what do you say to that?
So this is reality. And we're in these situations for a reason. But I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to just leave you there. Because what I want to do is assume that you're in this position for a reason. You have the boss that you have because both of you, through the conflict or through the challenges, will grow if you if you go through them with love. So that's the secret ingredient, is love. What is love? Unconditional acceptance. So what we resist is going to persist. So when we come into a situation, let's say this boss is demanding because everybody's on their back, so now they're on your back, right? And you're doing your best, or maybe you need some help. And so really that manager's job is to help you, is to support you. And if they don't realize that, maybe you can let them know that. You can say, so can you help me? Can you help? Because they should be coming to you saying, how can I help you do better? But if they don't, you go to them and say, can you help me bring my numbers up or do whatever it is, whatever your weak area is, it is their job to support you and help you. I don't care what company you work for, what kind of job you're doing, that's the manager's job.
What if you have one of those bosses who really doesn't give a rip about you? All they care about the numbers, and you can plead, I want help all you want, and they're going to drive you by the numbers, by the graphs, and all that foolishness.
But not support you?
Yes.
Can't you go over their head? Because
And then
that's
you,
their
then
job.
you got to worry about retaliation.
Okay, all right. So this is life. This is the real life stuff, right? Yes, you do have some people that are like that. Well, let me just tell you this. Karma is real. So whatever they're putting out on you is going to come back on them. But that's not what I'm going to give you. That's just for your information. You do your best. Here's the biggest thing that I want you to know. You don't have to fear anybody. Okay? Because whatever you're fearing, that's what you're drawing to yourself. So they have no control over your livelihood. Yeah, they could fire you, but guess what? You can get another job. Probably you'll get a better job if they fire you and you're doing everything that you can. Karma is real. So you do your best, always do your best. Know that is going to take care of you. You doing your best is going to take care of you. So you don't have to fear losing your job, losing your house, losing your livelihood. In fact, if they do choose to fire you, I'm sure that's just how energy works. There's something better for you.
And the thing, I think another thing to point out is when you have someone who's not really caring about you, not willing to help you, you've got to protect yourself. Do not let them have your energy, take your energy, take you down a rabbit hole. You really got to stay steadfast in that. And that's not the easiest thing to do, but you're there 8 hours a day, so you might as well work on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just work on protecting your energy, because as soon as they get a reaction out of you, if they haven't done the work on themselves and they say something or do something and, you react in such a way, they're like, aha, got you. Guess what? They're going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
So don't do it.
And this is another thing that's important that could play a good role here is that, people treat us the way we train them to treat us. And so this may be the catalyst to you seeking to love yourself, unconditionally accept yourself. Because when we love ourselves, and we train other people to treat us that way too, how we treat ourselves. And I say love, but love is a lot of things. It's first unconditional acceptance, and then appreciation, appreciating yourself, appreciating your strengths, appreciating your abilities, your talents, your gifts, appreciating what you bring to the table, appreciating, and then also just being kind to yourself, being compassionate towards yourself, giving yourself not so much an out or an escape, but just being truthful and treating yourself like someone you love, like you would treat probably a stranger or another person, a friend, or someone you love. So that right there, that one little nugget, I don't care what the situation is in your job, if you will focus on that, it will change everything.
And I also believe that the law of attraction is real. And if you're focusing on your boss that you don't like all the way into work on the drive, guess what you're calling in? You're calling in more of what you don't like. So, you got to be careful of what those thoughts are and what you are calling in. Because if you think it's going to be a lousy day, guess what? It is going to be a lousy day.
It is going to be a lousy day.
You get up in the morning, you be grateful that you get the chance to get up another morning and go in and earn some money for your family and yourself and whoever else. I'd be grateful for that instead of, oh my God, I got to get in there and he or she, they're going to be on me about this, that, or the other thing. Don't give them the power. Don't give them the power.
Take
You
your
know,
power back.
it's like dictators. Dictators love to have power over people, keep them in fear, and that way the people do whatever they want. But when they don't do that, now the dictator has no power. So don't give them power. Keep your own power.
Yeah, your power is yours. And the only way another person can get it is if you give it to them. And do you know how we give it to them? By valuing what they think, valuing them more than we value ourselves. I talked a little about, if you'll see one of the other videos on the feelings bank. Well, when this is again, when you work on that unconditional self-acceptance, loving and appreciating yourself, all those things that I just said, you're increasing your balance in your feelings bank. And when your balance is higher than anyone else's, they can't do anything. That's where your power is. That's where your power is. Not giving it, not valuing someone else's opinions or what they think, what they say, what they do, higher than your own, than yourself, what you think, say, and do.
So there you have it. Some more tidbits on how to navigate the waters of a job in which you don't particularly care for your boss. So I just want you to know that we appreciate you. You all are significant to us. And keep your power. Keep your power. Know who you are. And I mean, you grab onto that thing like a pit bull and don't let go, no matter who's trying to rip it from you. Okay?
That's right. It's your power. Keep it.
All right. Until we meet again, stay safe.